Hey everybody, welcome to How Do I Know You Finance with your host Mark and Wayne.
What up?
And today we're going to talk about apps that you can save and budget your money with. And it's very easy, simple to do, and literally anyone can do it. You just got to be a little disciplined.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of apps out there that will do the things that we're talking about. We're just gonna go over our personal top three. After this, if you guys want to research other apps, obviously you can go on any platform and research them. But we're gonna give you our personal top three. But the main thing we want to get out by us doing this video and doing more videos like this is financial responsibility. It's something that, since technically we're millennials, so it's something that I feel like a lot of our generation and even the older generation has issues with that they need to work on. So thankfully, because of technology, they now make apps that'll do it for you, and you don't have to go into any of the whole guesswork of doing all the budgeting and things like that. So we're going to try to make it as easy as possible for you guys to start saving some money.
So these three apps are apps we use every day. They help us save and budget our money to the point where we don't even have to think about it. It's just happening all the time, and we don't have to worry ever about like running out of money because we always have some stashed away somewhere.
And the thing that we're going to always advertise on this channel is these are all, first of all, we are not financial advisors. We're not trying to give you listen to us if you want to be rich and things like that. We are not rich. I would say that we're good with we're good with money.
It's a good way to live within your means.
Exactly. But if you don't want to go with our choices for the apps, by all means do your own research and find whatever's comfortable for you. But these are just our personal opinions. Remember that. Yeah. So
and for the ones we use, the links will be in the description.
Of course, yeah, the links will be down in the description. If you use the links, I believe they're referral links, so you guys will get like a little incentive or a little gift, or I think for all of them, even like cash back if you guys sign up. So even more of a reason to sign up if you guys want. But again, up to you. So I just say screw it. Let's get to it.
So the first one we're going to mention, it's called Digit, and it is the simplest one out of the three we're going to mention.
Yeah, definitely.
It's you start off with a rainy day account, basically, and the rule that they set you up with is the roundup rule, which is whatever credit card, debit card, you link it up to your bank account. Anytime you spend money anywhere you go, it'll just round up the change and put it into that account.
Right. I think Digit is definitely it's the quickest, the easiest, and probably the most effective for like beginners who are just trying to save money. Period. I think you'll see more of a motivation to keep saving with Digit because you can constantly check your balance. Also, something they do that's really cool when you set it up. Basically, it wants you like to add them kind of like a contact in your phone, so you'll get daily text every day. Showing you your balance, your checking account balance, your savings balances, and things like that.
It'll give you little updates like, here's your first $50 save.
Yeah, like things like that. A cool feature that Digit does offer as well is you can also have personalized goals. So for things like credit card debts, or you want to buy a car, you're saving for a vacation, you can create the goal, and then it will also save money towards that goal as well. And another thing that I like with Digit is they have the overdraft protection. So with overdraft protection, you can set any amount that you want to set.
Your minimum amount.
Right. So any amount that you want to set your checking account to. So basically, it will trigger that anytime your checking account falls below $25 or whatever. Digit will it will trigger Digit, and Digit will then put whatever money that's in your account, in your savings account, that Digit saves. It will then put whatever is needed to get back to that minimum. So if it's 25, if you have $26 in your account and you just spent $2 on some candy, it'll put $1 back into your account, and then there you go, back to 25, just like that. So it's really cool.
The math checks out.
Yep, off top of the dome with that one. Yeah, I think it's probably would be the most effective for anyone who just wants to start saving quickly, and you feel like you don't trust yourself to put money in every check and things like that. Definitely go with Digit.
Yeah, and there's like small features like boosts. So if you feel like you're not saving fast enough, you could trigger that, and it'll just start saving a little bit more, a little faster.
Right. But those are all the pros. There are some cons, obviously, because we're not gonna be dicks. and just tell you the good things
Just
about it.
fanboy all over this.
Yeah, there is a con. Mark, I believe you said there's a subscription fee.
Yeah, there is a subscription fee for it's $5 a month. But once you start saving, you'll see that that's not too big of a deal for the amount you're gonna be saving.
Right.
Without thinking.
Yeah, it's $5 a month for that, and then I would also say number 2 on the cons for me is that pretty much you can't control like the amount you want to save up to. There's some other apps that you can actually, like I said, you can personalize it. So Digit, you can make a goal like I want to save up for a car, but you can't save up a certain amount towards that goal. It'll just keep saving until you pretty much take the money out. But there's a couple of other apps that'll let you actually set up an amount that you want to save up to, and you can track your progress and things like that. Digit doesn't do that yet, but I'm pretty sure in the next couple of months that hopefully they'll update it so you can do things like that.
Yeah, it'll catch up with other apps. And I mean that's pretty much it. There's not too many cons because again, it's a very simple app.
Right.
So there's not too much to complain about. Like you get exactly what you see.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Digit, I feel like anyone who like has a stream of income coming in, you can definitely use that app. So it doesn't have to be millennials. It can be people in their 50s, 60s, anybody. It's so simple to use and set up that I don't see a reason, like there's no reason why everyone should honestly be using it at this point. So Digit would be number 1 for us.
For the second one, it is called Qapital. And it's basically the same as Digit, but it has some extra features. You start off with like a roundup rule, just like Digit. But this one gives you extra rules that you can set up to meet your goals.
Yeah, so it has a couple of different other rules. There's things like the freelancer rule. I believe there's a payday rule. There's like a tax rule that would take like 30% if you're I believe for anyone that doesn't have like a taxable job and things like that. It's definitely cool because it gives you a lot of options to save money, but also it gives you the ability, which is very cool, that Digit doesn't. Gives you the ability to create your own rule. So you can make, I believe me and Mark, we both do like rules where it's like, you can set up like, $5 a day. I'll just save it. Yeah. And it's really cool. This, I would definitely it's great for beginners too, because like I said, it does everything that Digit does. However, this kind of falls into a little bit of the more intermediate range, because when you start being able to save money consistently, then you can kind of predict how much you want to save for the month, for the week, and things like that. So then with Qapital, you can already set that up so that it'll basically take that money either daily, weekly, monthly. It'll always take a certain amount and it'll just save it. Another cool feature that Qapital just recently launched is also it does have investment features now, so you can take the money that you are saving and invest it as well. We're not going to get too in depth in that. That'll be another video that we're talking about investment apps and things like that. But it's really cool that Qapital is able to do that. You can save and invest all in the same app.
Yeah, and my personal favorite rule is the payday rule, which is basically any amount over. For me, it's any amount over 100, and it's anytime something is deposited over $100, you set it to whatever percentage you want. I use it for my paycheck, so anytime my paycheck is deposited, 20% of that automatically goes into Qapital, and it's just there constantly saving, building up.
Right. Any cons for Qapital?
Cons, I mean, there is a subscription fee. The basic plan, it's $3 a month, a little cheaper than Digit, plus all these extra features. So that's the only con I could think of.
For me, the one con that I've ran into personally is does Qapital have an overdraft protection on it?
It does not have an overdraft protection. So you do have to keep an eye on your savings.
Right, because when you set up these goals, especially like me and Mark have the daily goals and things like that, it will constantly keep pulling from whatever account you've linked to it. Yeah. So whatever checking account, debit card, whatever, it'll keep pulling from that card because it doesn't realize that you don't have any money until either you have a bank that has overdraft protection that it'll alert you that, hey, your account is about to fall under this amount, or so for some people who have they have accounts that they'll actually continue to basically make transactions for you, but you have to pay like the NSF fees and things like that. It's terrible because if you forget and you're not even aware, you'll look at your check or you'll look at your account and you'll see that you're negative by $80, but you saw that Qapital just took out $5 3 times, but they put on 3 NSF fees, and then you're like, what the hell?
So this one you do have to be a little more diligent on.
Right. Like I said, it kind of leans towards the intermediate side of saving and things like that. However, it is a great starter. I feel like if you're someone who's kind of like us and we kind of like to monitor things, it's definitely a good starting point. So
Yeah.
Qapital would be number 2 for us.
So number 3, it's called pocketguard, and that is more of a budget app.
Right.
And I'll let Dwayne take over for this one.
So pocketguard was an app that I found myself because after pretty much dealing with Qapital and Digit for so long, I was getting pretty good at saving money, but I felt like me spending money was kind of bad, right? So the first step in saving actually is budgeting. However, a lot of millennials and things like that don't know how to budget, which is why apps like Digit and Qapital are higher than pocketguard, because pocketguard is basically, at its core, it's a budgeting app. So just think about it like, if for people who know Mint and other like budgeting apps or things like that, just think about it's basically like a little spreadsheet on your phone. So you will link all your checking account, debit cards, anything that you use to pay your bills or you use every day to spend money on. You'll link it to the app, and you'll also link credit cards and things like that. Now, I'm gonna get the con out the way already. So a lot of people who are they're not super weary about the internet, or they feel very unsafe with putting cards and information all into one app. That is a big thing that you have to do with pocketguard. So that's why it's number 3 on the list, honestly, because for people who are very weary of the internet, it might not be the safest. I haven't heard of any like personal breakdowns or anything like that, but we do live into the information age, and there's been so many information breaches with Equifax and a whole bunch of other things. So I would be cautious with it. However, if you were a person who feels like you're okay with that, then by all means, it's a great app for budgeting. Like I said, the cool thing with pocketguard is pocketguard has a very cool feature where it's like Qapital. You can set up a savings amount, so you can set up every month or every week to save a certain amount in the app. So you can save, you can set it to save whatever the amount is. The only difference is it's not like Digit or Qapital. It won't take the money automatically. What it does is it'll budget for you so that you'll have that money to put into that separate savings account. Again, a little more in depth, a little more complex. It does take quite a bit of time to set up, about 10 to 15 minutes to set up all your accounts and things like that. However, after you do set it up, I feel like it is worth it, because the best feature on the app is it's called, let me look it up real fast. Darn it.
What I like about the app a lot is what you mentioned, is that whatever goal you set, it'll tell you like it'll take you this long to save it.
Right.
If you spend like X amount every day. So if you don't go over X amount every day, you will be able to save your goal amount by this date.
Right, and that leads me to me, in my opinion, the best feature about the app. It's the in my pocket feature. So basically, the app sets up with, after you set your budget and things like that, it'll give you basically a snapshot of what you can spend for the month. But if you keep swiping, it'll give you not only what you can spend for the month, but for the week and even for the day. So that, to me, like I said, for a person who's very complex and comfortable, trust themselves to like stick to a budget, that is awesome, because it'll literally tell you that, hey, today you have $100 to spend for the day. Walking out the door, okay, I can only hit 100. If I go over 100, I screwed up for the day, and I'm not hitting my savings goals. It's very, very in depth with that, and for the most part, when I'm using it, because I don't use it a lot anymore, because now I'm kind of on autopilot in my mind. But it did help me get to that point. But when I was using it frequently, it was definitely a great reminder, because every day I would just look at the app and be like, okay, I only have $56 to spend today, right? So in my mind, okay, I know, okay, I might go out to eat and get this. I might get gas. Cool, I'm done for the day. I don't need to go, I can go home to eat dinner and things like that. So it was a great reminder constantly every day to just stick to your budget, save that money, because, hey, the next month, hopefully it'll add more, and then you'll have even more room to save and continue to like spend money daily and things like that. The biggest con with Pocket Guard is it doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have an auto saving feature as of yet. So you have to personally then go to the trouble for some people of actually putting money into the savings account. Which some people, we get it, when you guys get paid or when you have money, it's very hard to stop yourself from spending it and saying, hey, I'm not going to touch this money even though I see it. It's very hard. So this is why I would put it number 3. I feel like it's very sophisticated, the app, but once you get the hang of it, it is a life changer, but also it is for people who are already comfortable with saving money. So if you're not comfortable with saving money, if you don't trust yourself to save money, then I would definitely go with Digit and Qapital first. However, if you feel like, okay, I can definitely budget, or if you're a person who feels like, oh, if I had a budget, I would definitely save more money, I would definitely go with Pocket Guard at number 3.
So those are the 3 we recommend for saving and budgeting. They're very simple. They're very intuitive. Like, you don't have to think too much for each one.
Right.
Pocket Guard is the most complex. But again, if you're not comfortable with saving, start with Digit or Qapital. Work your way to Pocket Guard.
Yeah,
it'll help you a lot.
And of course, like I said, these are our top 3. There are way more apps out there. There's Mint if you're a budgeter. There is there's another one. I believe it's called, I don't know if it's called David or Greg. It's some random white first name. But it definitely is something that there's a bunch out there. So if if these ones don't tickle your fancy, by all means, do your research. We're on YouTube. Hey, go on YouTube, search up top savings apps. You'll find a bunch, and whatever's comfortable for you, I would say go at it and start saving, because our main point for doing these videos is we're not trying to get you guys to try out a product. We're not sponsored. None of these places are going to sponsor us or anything like that. We're not trying to get money from you or anything like that. We're trying to help people, especially millennials and especially people that look like us, become more financially responsible, because that's something that we have learned the hard way. And now that we've learned it, it's something that we cherish because we're in a better position than a lot of people who are our age. And a lot of people, and we have the ability to also to teach people who are our age or younger, hey, you can, if you save some money, you can do a lot of great things.
Yeah, and personally, like using these apps, being like saving money, being budget conscious, I actually have a little bit more money than I had when I first moved out with Dwayne.
Yeah.
So which is crazy because that's when like you're paying rent, you have a bunch of bills now, utilities and all that crap. It's crazy that I have a little bit more money than I started with.
Right, and we're talking about at that point we were living with our parents and things like that, so we didn't have any like bills or things like that. But we were, like I said, we were kids, so we were spending money like hand over fist. So being able to now budget and being able to save money and being able to know, like Mark said, that we have a substantial amount of money just in these apps or in these different accounts that, oh yeah, it's just growing and we don't have to touch it. That's a dope feeling. And that's something to where hopefully you guys will like to see more of. And also, this isn't the end of the series. In this video, please comment below. Obviously, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Like the video. But let us know below, what do you guys want to hear more of when it comes to finances? You want to hear about credit? We can go over stuff like that. Do you want to hear more about saving? Because we can go into investments and things like that. Do you want to hear more about these apps and go in depth about an app or things like that? Or certain rules, because there's the, I believe the 50-30-20 rule when it comes to saving. And then there's like, there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's the pay yourself first rule and things like that. We can go all in depth to it because we've researched all of it. We've done all of it. So we are not trying to preach or trying to be like, hey, you can become rich. That's not what we're trying to do. However, we are trying to tell you guys that it's very easy to save money, and having more money is way better than having no money. So,
and not having to worry.
Basically,
it's like the best fucking feeling.
That is the best feeling. But I don't know, anything else you got for this one?
No, if you want us to research any other app that you've heard of that we might use right now, let us know in the comments. Like Dwayne said, like, comment, share, subscribe. Fucking help us out a lot.
Smash that like button, people.
Smash it.
It's gonna sound real cliche on YouTube. Smash the like button.
Smash the like button.
But definitely. Let us know below what else you guys want to hear us talk about financially. And we'll try to cover it as best we can. And also, If we can't cover it, we will definitely find someone who can cover it, and we'll bring them on and have them do a video with us and talk about it and things like that, because we're all trying to help each other. That's our biggest thing.
And let us know your experience using those apps.
Definitely. Like I said, the links will be in the description. So for if you guys want to like referral links to get some money back to start and everything like that, they'll be all in the description. You do not have to use them, but if you do, that's cool too, of course. But other than that, thank you guys for listening, watching, all that cool stuff. Let's go.